it's not me today, who are you texting? Hit me back, I hope you get the message.
All right, so I want you to think differently about when you're looking for a fitness tracker and how you want to buy one. I see a lot of reviews out there, a lot of articles that are talking about, oh, like this is going to be the best fitness tracker out there. But that's completely wrong, and that's a terrible way to think about it. So I wanted to make this video and help you understand that it's not the best fitness tracker on the market, but is the best fitness tracker for you. So if you look through my videos, you're going to see me taking some positives out of a lot of different products out there on the market. So let me help you out by understanding a few things. First, we're going to start exactly what the main technology in these wrist-worn trackers are, and then we'll talk about some other things of like the metrics maybe you want to look out for. So let's talk about that technology. It's called photoplethysmography, or PPG. I'm going to refer to as PPG from here on out in the video because that's just much easier to say. And it's these photodiodes in the back of these. You can see here the green reflective light. You almost saw it here pop up on the Garmin watch. And it's the technology you're gonna see no matter what the price point is. Now, where you get more in the premium models of what maybe makes Apple better than the Garmin versus the Whoop is gonna be the underlying algorithms that take that data. But PPG is this light reflection. So like, for example, a Polar H10, which is going to be your most accurate, and it's even been tested as the more accurate as like some medical grade testers for your heart rate, is going to be a ECG monitor, electrocardiogram, actually getting signals from the heart. But when you're wearing something like this on your wrist, you're not going to get those direct heart signals from the electricity, so it's got to do it some other indirect way. And the solution is this PPG, which is a light reflection. So light on your wrist gets sent into the skin, then the light absorption is measured from other hardware back into the device, and it's going to measure differences in how much light is reflected versus not at other times. And the difference is going to be interpreted as the heartbeat. So you can imagine a lot of variations of the heart rate could be things like how clean this is, color pigmentation, your body fat. There's a lot of genetic reasons. Some people who have tattoos, like I used to wear my Whoop strap on my bicep, but now I have tattoos on both arms, so the ink's gonna affect that reading and the light absorption, so I can't do that anymore. So there's a lot of varying reasons why maybe someone has experience with one device that says it's more accurate for me versus others, which is again why I hate seeing people test, and I'm very guilty of this, of these devices for accuracy, because you can't just do it for one. These products are made for the general market and are just, they're not customized specific to you. So, I mean, that's it. The photoplethysmography is going to be the same, the PPG, across all of these devices. That maybe like devices like Apple continues to add other photodiodes to get more light absorption readings, so that may make them a little more accurate, but it's only like fractional percentages that you'll find in studies, and it's not going to be that big a deal. These devices are all good enough. Now I'm talking more of like the notable brands, and you don't see here like Fitbit is another one that's going to be good enough. So you understand that. The other stuff that's in here is going to be things like gyroscopes, accelerometers. It's the algorithms that are going to take that data, and that'll figure out your caloric expenditure. And maybe that's something that you want to keep track of, but let's also go into exactly the metrics now that we understand photoplethysmography, or PPG, is the same in every device, or similar variations thereof. The metrics. So a lot of people are going to talk about 10,000 steps. Why 10,000 steps? Does our heart health, does our mortality rate just magically decrease when we hit 10,000 steps? Not really. Where that came from was actually in the 60s, this Japanese manufactured device called the Manpo Kai, which literally translates from Japanese to English as the 10,000 steps meter, was marketed. And for all it's worth, and you know, the goodness of what they were trying to do was get you to move. Is it gonna kill you to hit 10,000 steps a day? No, it's actually gonna be better if you hit 10,000 steps versus 1,000. But studies that have been done have shown that you can get pretty similar results from even like 7,500 steps. But again, it's gonna be based on what your lifestyle is. You just don't hit 10,000 steps, all of a sudden become healthier. But if you're someone that's currently on the couch and wants to get moving, maybe that's just good enough. Maybe you just need something like a pedometer to get you moving. And that's where we're going to talk about like what metrics are going to be important to you. The caloric tracking. Even in the most accurate calorie tracker, some people may find this as inaccurate as 70%. So don't ever try to eat your calories based on what you have expended on this. It's not going to be good, and you're likely going to fail, and you're not going to see the results that you're going to want to do. There are other ways to do that. You can go search TDEE calculators, which is your total daily energy expenditure calculators, to get a more accurate reading, and that'll give you exactly what you should be eating and tracking. So track your macros and your nutrients in a separate kind of way, not necessarily with your fitness trackers. So you have your calorie tracking that you want to use for getting healthier, or you want your steps meter. And it's perfectly fine. Like Apple, it really enforces move rings to get you moving more so than hitting your steps. You can hit steps with something like a Garmin. Whoop, not at all, will go towards steps. So then you can talk about like a device like the Whoop. So for me, I got obsessed with sleep. I got obsessed with recovery. So a 24/7 tracker was good enough for me. And then also you got to consider, what is your budget? Are you annoyed by monthly subscription models? Because I am, but it's overcome by the metrics that I get from the Whoop strap. And all that being said, it comes down to, what are you going to use the most? If you love Apple, get an Apple Watch. It's got a lot of other functionality in it, and if you just need to get moving, it's a perfectly fine fitness tracker. If you like sleep, then you need to find something that has a 24/7 or sleep tracking capabilities. Apple does have that, but the charging capability is kind of annoying in my personal opinion. And if you're something like a triathlete, like I said earlier, a swim, cyclist, or runner, then maybe Garmin's going to be good enough for you because it has that ability to have some of the best GPS tracking out of any of these devices. Whatever it is that you're going to want to use, be happy with, and continually look at as far as like the user interface being the most friendly to your daily routine, is going to be the best one for you to help you towards a healthier lifestyle. And this is something I've thought about, and something that comes from pretty much like a book like Atomic Habits. There's a lot of studies done that when you're naturally gravitated towards something, you're more likely to use it. So please keep that in mind. Now you're going to see a lot of videos on my channel about the Whoop strap, because personally, for my needs, what I look for in a fitness tracker, that is going to be my favorite device. But that doesn't necessarily, it's the best device for you. It is the best device for me, and I'm gonna make videos on how I use it day to day. I'm also going to continue making videos on other fitness trackers and get my hands on and talk about what are the best aspects of the device and maybe some little shortcomings. But I don't necessarily sit here and crap on devices like other maybe quote-unquote reviewers will do, and I just think it's a wrong perspective that they have sometimes, just saying that this is accurate and kind of give you like that broad market assumption. It's not how these devices work, and I think it's wrong to give that message. So keep that in mind next time when you're looking for a fitness tracker. I think having something that keeps you accountable is super important. I do it with my personal journaling, my business journaling, my health. It just gives me trend lines to watch and makes me more aware when I'm not following through with some of my goals. So if you like this video, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button if you loved it. I'm gonna be talking more broader in terms of what products I review rather than specific models at times, just because there's a better perspective to give you in researching the market. And I will see you in the next one. I appreciate you watching.